Hello and welcome to the Tried and Refused Productions YouTube channel. Today I have very special guests, the cast of Jaane Jaan and the director, Kareena Kapoor, Jaideep Ahlawat, Vijay Varma, Sujoy Ghosh. Thank you so much for joining me. It's an absolute privilege. Kareena, I want to start with you. The recurring theme right now that I'm seeing a lot of people ask you is your evolution and how well you've adapted over 2 decades. I wanted to ask you, and you may correct me, I hear that you don't like seeing your own movies. So I wanted to know from you over the years, how have you self-reflected, looking at yourself on the things that you want to improve on, the things that you want to work on? Do you see your movies years later, months later?
I think an actor's reflection actually happens with their choices that they make. Like when they're actually, in their living room hearing a script. I think that's when you actually realize that what you want to do. And then you kind of work on yourself. So that is key, an actor's choice. So I think I've always reflected on, films that have worked, films that have not worked, films that I've enjoyed doing, things that I don't want to do. And then I've kind of tried to keep, making my decisions. That's why after a long time, after reading a lot of scripts, I decided to, come onto the streaming platform because I thought this was actually perfect. The whole cast, everything, that Sujoy got together, I think it was the perfect thing.
No, your digital debut, everyone's highly anticipating it, I must say. Yes.
I mean, I think we all are excited for it.
So you never revisit your film?
I might, a little later.
Wow.
Maybe after a year or two, I watch it and then...
Year or two? But when it's a blockbuster, you definitely don't know how it went in the final edit.
I mean, yes, at least I haven't seen, for a while. I haven't seen, because I don't know, I just kind of feel like the audience is the best judge. You are also performing to entertain the audience. They should also be the judge of what they like, whether the performance has been liked or not been liked.
And she's not also on the monitor or whatever. So
monitor, no.
Yeah.
No, that's great. Also, as you said, the cast is so amazing. Jaideep sir, I wanted to start with you. Immediately sir आ गया, but मैं बोलता हूँ कि मुझे बताऊँ आपकी
सीनियर एक्टर था. सीनियर है, बहुत सीनियर.
सीनियर बिल्कुल. आपकी फिल्मोग्राफी देख के ना मुझे ये सच में लगा कि जब मैं आपको जैसे अल्फा मेल और हरियाणवी रोल्स जो मैंने एन एक्शन हीरो पाताल लोक में देखा, इट्स प्रोबेबली टेस्टमेंट टू योर टैलेंट कि मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मक्खन है, मतलब कि इतने आसानी से हो रहा है. और जब मैंने ये कैरेक्टर आपका देखा जो इनसिक्योर है, डिरेंज्ड है थोड़ा.
You've seen the film?
Yes.
Let's not say that on camera.
Yeah. You can see that. You can say that.
Yes, but ये ढलने में, इसे समझने में आपको थोड़ा और ज़्यादा समय लगा?
देखिए, समझने में हर एक को वक्त लगता है. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप किसी भी किरदार को उतनी ऐसे हल्के में नहीं लेते हो.
हाँ जी.
और डेफिनेटली नरेन बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है हर तरीके से, और उतना ही सरल भी है. मैं ये कहूँगा कि उसकी लाइफ में कुछ ज़्यादा है नहीं गिनी चुनी चीज़ों के अलावा, और उसने आई थिंक बाय चॉइस वो किया है कि मुझे नहीं जाना बाहर, बिकॉज आदमी बहुत सेल्फ कॉन्शियस है लुक्स को लेके, लाइफ को लेके. तो समझना उतना मुश्किल नहीं था, पर उसको तैयार करने में थोड़ा सा वक्त एक्स्ट्रा लगता है.
यही मुझे लगा जब मैं पूरे कास्ट को देख रहा था. विजय, when I looked at him, because I've seen all his movies, I mean, sometimes you do things for friends, I guess. No, but I'm saying that, I didn't bat an eyelid on just how seamless he was as an intimidating cop. But I must say, sir, hats off to you for soft launching an action hero. That first introduction shot only, I was like, Vijay in close combat, it was lovely to see. How was it doing the action in this film?
It was, I think there were two things that were happening. I was a deep lover of Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee when I was growing up. Those were the films that my father took me to. Those were the heroes that I grew up admiring. And I had forgotten about this part of me completely for 20-25 years. I was doing stuff that completely different stuff. Until this man, when I met him for the first time, he said, सर वो रोल के लिए ना वो ब्रूस ही हैड अ ब्रूस ली पोस्टर इन हिज ऑफिस, लाइक वो पोस्टर लेके अपने बेडरूम पे लगा दो सर, रोज उनको देखना. So he was very clear that he wanted a guy who can be quick and be very, agile and very effective in action. And part of me was like, I don't know if I have it in me to do something like this. And therefore I said, I'm going to just do nothing for the next 4-5 months, from December till about April or May. I just trained. I went and I actually trained with all these fighters, action directors, and I was the worst person on that floor. For every day I used to feel very demoralized because it's very difficult to move like that or to even think that you can lift your kick and stuff like that.
No, you were agile as hell. Those dojo sequences were great, I must say.
So yeah, it took some work, and I figured it will require a lot of work. So I put in the work, and the rest I just hoped, and it was clearly like I was just keeping my fingers crossed कि action के दिन में हो जाए और कुछ गड़बड़ नहीं हो जाए. I won't break my body or get hurt or whatever.
You broke mine.
Oh Lord.
He got hurt. I had several bruises myself, but I focused only on that for this film. The rest, I knew that it's there on the writing. And it's a very upbeat character. It's very exuberant. Very, I'm getting the word wrong. What is the word? Exuberant.
Cheeky. Exuberant.
Exuberant.
We need safe.
We need
No, I must say the action set pieces came out really nice, and I was worried about them, but it was shot so well, choreographed so well. So Joy sir, I wanted to ask you, the recurring thing for me with your filmography is the locations itself have a personality. Especially when I see Kahani, Kolkata is like beaming in every frame. Why did you choose Kalimpong, and was there a specific reason for it to be set here?
I mean, the story demanded a small town, a small town where everybody's kind of restarting their life, and I know that terrain very well. I know that hill station very well. I knew how to exploit it. I'm sure if I came from Delhi, I would know that region very well, or if I came from down south, I would know that. But this, I happen to know it quite well, and I knew how I could kind of incorporate it in my film. I knew the schools, I knew the children, and I knew the schools play a very important part. I knew the kind of workers who went to work, where the cafe would be. So it just...
No, it worked really well for the... it was almost like so tight-knit. It was watertight with the screenplay because of that town also. It seemed like everyone knew everyone, so it's almost like whispers and everyone's familiar, so it worked so well for the thriller.
Like when he first goes to school, you can see that everybody's...
Greeting him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's how I wanted it to be.
I thought he went to Kalimpong for food. So.
That too. I'm sure that's great as well.
The momos.
Yeah, he just kept talking about food before the shoot. We're going to Kalimpong, we'll eat great food.
That goes.
Remember?
Yeah. I think he was enticing us.
Yeah.
Did you actually have those spicy momos? Does it actually seem like you were suffering?
Yeah, so they made me try something before the take, and in the take he replaced it.
Oh Lord,
with
okay.
Bujulokya,
Dalle.
which I had no idea.
You could see it. To you, Kareena, I must say that, one thing that I feel like you don't get enough credit about is the creative choices that you were making initially also in your career. Has it evolved over a period of time at the pitch at which you're just performing? And at that point of time, there was so much range in your filmography. Do you think you don't get enough credit for those choices?
Of course, I mean, I said that earlier also in a lot of my interviews. But I think now people are obviously going back and re-watching those movies and, now talking about all these choices. But I've actually always wanted to work with the director because I've always said that I'm a director's actor. I feel I can be really bad in some movies. And I feel I can be really good and molded according to what the director's inspiring me to do. So I've always chosen to work with the director that I feel that has got this potential. So whether even if he's new and he's narrating me the script, if I feel like he can, do something and we can connect on that level, I said yes to the movie.
The decision wasn't ever about optics, right? One to be creatively stimulated and one for commercial purposes.
But acting in commercial cinema is also very, very difficult. I think doing a golmaal is more, it's like I'm
That genre is
constantly
crazy.
on my toes because they're also such good actors and they're improvising and, you know, you have comedy and...
To get that
I
genre,
feel-
especially the commercial genre, is another
think-
science in itself. So it's crazy.
कि कितना करना है कि थोड़ा ज़्यादा तो नहीं हो गया थोड़ा कम तो नहीं, you know, it's you're always thinking even then. In fact, I feel you're thinking a lot more somehow.
No, that's very interesting. And you know, regarding the same choices, मुझे पूछना था दोनों के लिए, जयदीप सर और विजय आपके लिए, कि मैं एक इंटरव्यू देख रहा था जहाँ पर एक थेस्पियन थे, वो बोल रहे थे कि काफ़ी बार जो सबसे ट्रेंड एक्टर्स होते हैं इंडस्ट्री में, काफ़ी बार वो या तो विलेन या फिर कमेडियन की तरह काफ़ी टाइम ब्रैकेट हो जाते हैं. वो बात कर रहे थे, संजय मिश्रा के बारे में बात कर रहे थे, अमरीश पुरी के बारे में बात कर रहे थे कि उनका रेंज और उनकी एबिलिटी इतनी थी जहाँ प्रॉबली सिनेमा उतना प्रोग्रेस नहीं कर पाया जब वो अपने प्राइम में थे. मुझे ये आप दोनों से पूछना था क्योंकि रूमर मिल्स आर देयर, यू आर लाइक बिग एंटैगनिस्ट इन बिग फिल्म्स, रूमर्स. इज दैट समथिंग जो आपकी भी लड़ाई है कि आपको उसमें ब्रैकेट नहीं होना, यू वांट टू बी थैंकफुल कि ये अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ मिल रही हैं, बट ये नहीं हो कि आप सिर्फ एक कमर्शियल विलेन के तौर में देखे जाए?
I just want to get the best part in the script. That's my pursuit. That has to really excite me. And usually I end up doing that. Like I have to get the part that I feel is the most interesting part. It's got the interesting graph or something has to do. It has to excite me. I mean, Sujoy was a very welcome change because I had just done Darlings in the Heart before that. I'd finished shooting.
You were just despicable before this.
Yeah, so it came as a ray of sunshine, this man, and gave me a part that that absolutely is completely different than what I had done before.
जयदीप आप भी?
Can I just copy paste?
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल डिट्टो.
नहीं नहीं अब we want
But it's like,
हाँ जी.
as Vijay said, you never had those choices earlier.
हाँ.
I was not privileged. This after Patal Lok actually happened, that people comes to you and they give you choices. And now it's your responsibility.
नहीं, पर मैं ये
It's
कहूँगा
going
it's
good.
lovely to see the both of you as busy actors. वो सबसे best है. और Sujoy sir, I just wanted to tell you that your probably most jaw-dropping moments in your screenplay are the last 10 or 15 minutes. I just wanted to ask you from a writing point of view, do you have alternatives to what you've set as stone?
So I think we are all working towards that one specific goal. We have to end here. And accordingly, we design the beginning, the middle, and we get there. So whatever he says in the beginning comes back in the end. Whatever she says in the beginning comes back in the end. So it's everything is kind of circled. You know? At least we try to do that.
Yeah. No, with all of your movies, they eventually turn into theory videos on what could have been, etc. So that's why I was wondering whether you ever think about alternatives with your own stories.
I'm too busy trying to make a film.
True. Lastly, Kareena, I wanted to ask you, it might sound slightly generic, but I wanted to ask you about, you know, you've had several batches of actors who've come and gone. You've really adapted so well, and people really talk about how the performances have matured so beautifully. What is, one, the secret behind the longevity, and two, staying sane in such an oscillating industry?
There's no secret to longevity. I think if you're a good actor, come what may, you will work till the end of time. That's what I believe. Staying sane is because I think I'm one actor and I can really actually say that with confidently, is that I don't take my stardom or my success or my failures too seriously. पिक्चर हिट हो गई है तो हिट हो गई है, बहुत अच्छी बात है, हमने बहुत मेहनत की, एंड वी ऑल वांट इट. पिक्चर नहीं चली है, ठीक है, वी ट्राई अगेन, वी हैव टू कीप डूइंग दैट. सो दैट हैज ऑलवेज बीन माय mantra.
Your happiness.
Because if you
wasn't
take your
dictated.
success too seriously also,
It can be debilitating.
it's not a, I don't know, this industry is a great leveler, you know.
Every weekend.
So it's best ke, you know, you keep yourself and be there, but still be a little removed, you know. I think over the years, even though I'm a film child, but I like that I'm there, but I still like to remove myself as much. So I think that's what everybody should do.
I don't know, that's a beautiful way to end it. Thank you so much for doing this, and can't wait for everyone to see the film as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anmol.